I'm going to show you how to install a Hopee Trim Set on our multi-point door. There's a couple of tricks that are a little hard to decipher from the instruction manual. Instructions are great, but there's an awful lot in there. A little bit hard to pick up a couple of these minor details. This will make it quite easy for you. When you open the box, it comes in a box like so. You're going to find two gaskets, two escutcheon plates. You're going to find the spindle for the handles in two parts. You're going to have a profile locking cylinder. This particular one is just a patio door. There's no lock on the outside. You're going to have two Allen screws with a point on them. A fancy tool to help you get the profile cylinder into the door. So my first step, I'm going to put the gaskets on the escutcheon plates. Then one of the tricks on this is the spindle. It's two pieces. There's a thin portion on one end of each one of these things. What we need to do is put them together so it kind of creates almost a little heart shape right there, because those pointed set screws are going to need to be able to pierce through the top of this, and that's the only way it's going to work. So with that creating a heart shape, I'm going to see where the set screw goes in the handle itself, and then I'm going to slide that spindle right in there. Take one of the pointed set screws that's supplied here, and then with the Allen wrench supplied in the box, I'm going to just tighten that down. Now, two items I'm not showing you here. It'll come with two of these plastic discs and four rubber O-rings. You'll put an O-ring on the disc, push it into the escutcheon plate, and then put the other O-ring on the handle, which I don't have one right here. Now, I'm going to take that to the door. I do have the exterior plate. There's no screw holes in that one. Snug it up there. Then I'm going to take the interior plate. It's already got our plastic disc installed there. The other pointed Allen screw. Now I'm just going to get this started. I'm not going to completely install it just yet. Until I get all of the fasteners in place, I'm not going to tighten everything down completely. The only additional tool you're going to need, other than what comes in the box, you're going to need a small Phillips head screwdriver. I'm going to get this just snugged up a little bit. So the first trick was creating the spindle for the door handle. The next trick that's really hard to figure out is this profile cylinder. There's no way to slide it in the door, and you're going to call me up and say, what in the world am I supposed to do with that? There's a little ratchet mechanism in here which helps us, once it's in the door, you only have to turn it 90 degrees to either lock it or unlock it. And right underneath the thumb turn is a little tiny slot. And we need to take this little paper clip gizmo, reach up to the top, move the ratchet out of the way. Now I can rotate that to where it's out of the way. Now it's going to fit into the door. Always takes a little bit of jockeying around to get it to the right spot. It's going to protrude out, a good 1/8 inch or so. Then I'm going to know right where it's at, there's a stainless steel screw, goes through the edge of the door and catches that thumb turn so it can't go anywhere. So I'm going to go ahead and snug that down. And tighten these to where we need them. To test it, we need to push, make sure this little button is pushed in, this little small strike. Then I can lift up on the lever. That's designed to keep the pins in the panel when you're closing the door. Okay, there's my deadbolt. Okay, now I've got that tight. I've got it where I want it. I'm just going to snug up the second handle. If you're doing a lot of these, you might go to Harbor Freight and get you some T-handled Allens. These are metric. I think they're 4 millimeters and 6. One other little thing, when we close the door, we lift up on the lever, we throw the thumb turn. In this case, the profile cylinder is in just the right position. It's horizontal the way you usually like it, in the lock position. When they come out of the box, on every pair of doors, it seems like the left one is correct, and then the right one is going to be off 90 degrees. So Hoppe's given us a solution. In the edge of this thumb turn is a set screw. And we'll find in the spindle there are 2 holes in the spindle 90 degrees apart. So I don't think we're going to catch it on this particular picture, but trust me, if you needed this thumb turn to be 90 degrees different and then horizontal when locked, you'd rotate it and put the set screw in at that point. So we're just going to put it right back in where we had it. It's always nice to have all of your thumb turns pointing in the same direction so you can look across the room and know if the door is locked or not. So hopefully this little tutorial will save you a couple hours of reading through the instruction manual.